Look, this hole in the rock looks like a heart. Ah! Oh, thank God. Hey, put it there, brother. Slip me some skin. Psych! So, you're still here. I haven't completely turned you off of my channel with my first video. Well, thank you for that. I'm flattered, and welcome back. This is episode numero dos. In this episode, I'm taking you to the wilderness around Page, Arizona. Page is known for Horseshoe Bend, Lake Powell, and Antelope Canyon. Since I've seen all of those places many times, we're gonna do something a little bit different this time. We're gonna get our tires on the dirt, go off the beaten path, and hopefully find some things that you won't find in the brochures. So get ready to strap it in for a long, rough, and bumpy ride. Since our last adventure, the seasons have turned in northern Arizona, and now getting outside isn't just about beating the heat. You can even have a fun outing in the desert. I'm using this ARB tire deflator to get my tires down to off-road pressure, about 20 psi this time. It didn't take long for the desert to reveal its usual dilapidated weirdness from days gone by. And even more reliably, it didn't take long before my adventure got sketchy. Oh geez, this is getting dicey. Lots of slick rock and some steep descents, followed by steep ascents. Nice. I thought this would be easier. No, that's a lie. I actually knew things would be difficult. Rough. Rough. Whew. Can I get a break from this? Even just a little bit of a break? The answer to that is a no. More dicey climbing to do. Rough. Rough. It seemed, for now, that we were in the clear and I could turn my attention to what the bizarre desert landscape had to offer. Got a load of this place, huh? I'd say that was worth the rough ride. This place was just hanging out by the side of the road, and I happened to drive by it, so I don't think I can pass up the opportunity to take a couple of shots here.
In harsh sunlight like this, it's actually very hard to take a good color photo. The deep shadows and the bright spots kind of conflict with each other and create a lot of visual clutter. But when I turn the photo black and white, I can actually use deep shadows and strong contrast to bring attention to the main subjects. So, I'm sure you can relate to this. I'd stopped at what I thought was an amazing viewpoint, and then I drove another eighth of a mile and I found an even more amazing viewpoint. So amazing that this clip needs to be accompanied by Sarah McLachlan's
No, for the love of God!
Okay by Michael Bolton's
No, for the love of God!
Okay, Celine Dion's
No, for the love of God!
This clip will have no music. Time for the drone footage triple combo super montage. Yeah.
Awesome combo! Oh man, I dream of finding campsites like this. You'll remember from my last episode, the back way to Lockett Meadow, that I was kind of pushing it around sunset, and I'd like to avoid that this time. We have about 45 minutes till the sun goes down, and having found this amazing campsite, I think I'm just going to stay right where I am, level the Jeep out, and then just set up camp and have a good night's rest and be ready for tomorrow. I mean, seriously, do we really think that we could push it and find an even better spot to spend sunset and maybe risk missing out on this one? Maybe even risk somebody else taking this spot? And the worst of all possible scenarios, this spot gets taken by another photographer? I don't think so. Struggling to find a spot for the ladder that's level. I'm going to try putting this rock underneath it. Prop. In between my last episode and this one, I discovered that there was a crack in my roof tent and everything got soaked. I had to pull out the mattress, had to pull out all the sheets, all the pillows, all the sleeping bags, and dry everything out. I subsequently sealed the cracks, but I want to make sure that everything is dry right now before I get into bed, because we did have a significant rain a week ago, and I haven't checked the roof tent since. Seems like everything's dry, so I think we're set to sleep in here tonight. Sweetness Maximus. Not so dusty this time. Oh, I made a mess. There's kind of an awkward reason why I'm reheating cashew chicken and rice for dinner tonight. Last night, my girlfriend and I ordered Chinese food. I know, an Asian guy ordering Chinese food. Such a cliche, or such a contradiction, I don't know which. And one of the things we ordered was chicken chow mein. Not authentic Chinese food! When we got home though, we found out that the chicken chow mein was actually cashew chicken. They'd made cashew chicken by mistake. So we called the restaurant and they agreed to replace it with real chicken chow mein. So we went back to the restaurant and picked it up. They said we could keep the cashew chicken. So we ended up with chicken chow mein and cashew chicken, which brings us to the present moment where I'm eating cashew chicken and rice for my dinner tonight. Sizzly, sizzly. An Asian guy eating fake Chinese food. With a spoon even. Guilty as charged. Camp, sweet camp.
Relaxing with a cup of hot cocoa after dinner. Just me and the moon and nature. What could be more relaxing? Yep, so relaxing. Actually, I wish there was more to do. This is kind of boring, actually. Boring, like boron steel, like boric acid, like Japanese wood-boring beetles.
Only one like? What the f?
I'm so bored. I'm the chairman of the board.
Must find something to do! I will make a time-lapse video of the night sky. Do we need music for this? No. Okay, yes. It's a little weird without music.
Okay, that's all I got. And that took hours. Oh, and if you're wondering what a still photo looks like, taken by the light of a nearly full moon, it looks like it was taken in daylight.
Well, I'll be. It looks like daylight. You may recall that last time I finished my night of overlanding and photography with cookies and beer consumed inside the tent. Since then, I've decided to make some heart-healthy choices, so this time I've switched to cookies only. Freshness guaranteed.
This is how I wake up every morning. Surprisingly, this is the shot that I like the most from the morning. It's moody and atmospheric and reaches way deeper into the scene than I'd initially been looking.
Wellington, Wellington, Wellington. What a great night of sleep and a fun morning of shooting. The sunrise wasn't quite as colorful as you might have hoped for, but still, it was fun to see how the morning mists played with the early sun. And I think we got some interesting shots, especially looking into the distance. It's important to realize that sometimes your best shot isn't going to be where you thought it was. Sometimes you expect it to be closer, sometimes you expect it to be further away, but if you look both near and far, you might find a shot that you like that wasn't so obvious. We got up at dawn and several hours have passed, so I'm getting pretty hungry. It's time to go back to camp and cook something up. Shh, 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 shh. Not as dirty as last time.
You'll recall last time I opted not to have pancakes for breakfast, which means I still have the pancake mix.
The shake and pour kind. We're also going to throw in some of these sausages to grease things up a little. Could it be a double perfect pour? A double perfect pour? Yes, delicioso. Greasy. I realized I don't have anything to put on these pancakes. No syrup, no butter, nothing. So be it, Jedi.
The absolute worst part of camping is always the breakdown and cleanup.
Bleh. I try to be really careful when putting the ladder away so I don't pinch my finger.
What an incredible campsite this was. It was time to appreciate it one last time and then see what adventure lies in store for today.
This place is called Studhorse Point. It's a group of balanced rocks and toadstool-like hoodoo formations. I actually stopped by here last night, but it was full of photographers, so I decided to take a pass.
Photographers! Even worse than influencers! No, influencers are way worse.
But now that I've got this place to myself, fingers crossed, I think I'll explore it a little bit. The sun is really bright right now and there are no clouds in the sky, which means color photos are going to be a little boring, so I might just focus on making black and white images.
Oh yeah, luscious black and white goodness. More luscious black and white goodness. And yet more black and white goodness.
All right, I'm tapped. Let's move on. Check this out. Formation Nation. I've wandered into a wonderland of caves, and since you're my only viewer, I'm privileged to share this with you.
The cluttered landscape actually makes this scene hard to photograph, but I couldn't resist this image of the tree growing inside the cave until it outgrew the cave.
Wow, we've reached the end of the line as far as where vehicles can go, but look at this place. So many caves. I mean, there's a cave, and there's a cave, And there's a cave. You get a cave, and you get a cave, and you get a cave, and you get a cave. It also seems like a good place to stop for lunch. It's the right time and place. It's gonna be a wonderful lunch. Ha! Got that in one take, baby. Okay, it was like 50 takes, but so what? Wonderful lunch! Wonderful lunch! Wonderful lunch! No need to stir my ass. Look at this soupiness. Bleh. I'm gonna eat my Wonder Bread sandwich in a cave. Shade can be hard to come by around here, so places like this are great for taking a break. Crap, it's already stale. Damn dry Arizona air. Well, that was fun. It's already mid-afternoon and there's still one more spot I want to hit. It's kind of far away, so I'm going to put the cameras away and try to cover some ground. As we rumbled across this landscape called Ferry Swale, the terrain went from gravelly to somewhat sandy to really sandy to maximum sandy. Feel like I'm on Cape Cod. More caves, but this one is red. I'd go as far as to say this was a cave within a cave. Realizing that the cave was actually set inside an enormous sandstone formation, I had to see if it was possible to make it to the top and if there was anything worth photographing up there. It's possible. What? 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 I think I may have found what I'm going to photograph at sunset today. I don't know, these stripy stripes with these thingy things over here, I think that might make a good composition. The tricky thing about photographing these low-lying formations at sunset is how to not get my own shadow in the picture when the angle of light is so low to the horizon. I have a little over an hour until the sun goes down, so I think I'm going to look around, see what else I can find around here. A candidate perhaps? Careful, careful. Careful, careful. Whoa. I think this is the end of the line for me in this direction. Or is it? Ah, it keeps going. I decided to go back to the spot I first picked out when I got up here because it had the most compositional potential. You know, with the stripy stripes and the thingy things. I moved my butt around so that my shadow wouldn't be in my own shot, and now it's just a waiting game. The sun doesn't set for another half hour, but I don't want to wait too long because the distant mountains are going to block the sun sooner than if it was setting over an open horizon. I've got my 10-24 zoom on my Fujifilm crop sensor camera, and 16mm is about as wide as I can go. If I go any wider than that, I'm in the shot. Hello? Hello? So I'm going to keep it to 16 and adjust if I need to as the sun continues to go down. As photographers do, I took a lot of shots of the same scene that look nearly identical, but this is the one I went with. I underexposed by 1 f-stop to get the rich tones of the sandstone and the sky to come out. And the best part is, my shadow's not in it. Well, the sun just went behind those clouds and soon it's going to go below the mountains, so I think this is it. The light is fading and everything's just taking on a soft glow. Hello, old friend. It's good to be back at camp. I feel accomplished but super exhausted. No more pictures for the rest of the evening. Except for this one, which I couldn't resist because the lighting was perfect for the subject matter. But that's the last one, I swear. Look, we have an unexpected guest. Welcome. Tonight's dinner is Cajun-style sausage and rice from a bag, previously frozen. And don't forget the salad. Whoa, look, this salad already has a fork in it. Don't want to eat that by mistake. Time to kick back and enjoy the comforts of camp for the rest of the night. Mornings in the desert can be pretty chilly, and the fastest way to warm up is to get in the sun. Unfortunately, my camp was still in the shadow of the cave, so I decided to move breakfast around the corner. Level, damn it! Cold pie. I can get this all in one trip, damn it. Come on! Come on! All warmed up and packed up, and with 2 days and 2 nights of adventure in the books, it was time to set forth on our third and final day. The adventure is nearly over, but there's one more stop I wanted to make. It's called the New Wave. It's the middle of the day, so I'm not going to bring my tripod. Shh, don't tell the other photographers. And I think I'm just going to bring one lens, my 10-24 wide-angle zoom. Look at this. The dried out pool in there. That's amazing during a big rainstorm. Oh, another pool. Someone left their tissue in there. I love the environment, but I'm not picking that up. When it's this sunny outside and you're in the desert, you only have about 20 minutes at the beginning of the day and 20 minutes at the end of the day to make good color photographs. Since I didn't get my lazy butt out of camp early enough this morning, I'm here when the sun is way too high and way too harsh. But there's a solution to that. Black and white photography. Harsh sunlight lends itself really well to the contrasty nature of monochrome photographs. This is one of those places where every time you explore it, you're going to find something different.
Look at how the strong patterns and contrast in this scene are emphasized by black and white. When I did shoot in color, I used my trick of underexposing slightly to make the sky darker and the red tones richer. A bunch of tourists invaded the scene while I was making footage, so I took the time to take care of other important things.
Bye-bye. Ciao, bye-bye, indeed.
If you can safely make it to a higher perspective, that can often give you the best view of the midground of a scene rather than just seeing the foreground or the background. Sometimes the best, most flattering framing for your subject is vertical, so don't forget to try both horizontal and vertical orientations throughout the day.
That'll do it for me here at the New Wave. It's time to get out of here. Things are getting hot.
With all the technical trails now in our rearview mirror, it was time to inflate Black Bear's tires back to street pressure.
It's been an incredible couple days of outdoor adventure and photography. It was cavey, it was wavy, I couldn't ask for much more. Really looking forward to a relaxing drive back to Flagstaff and maybe another stale Wonder Bread sandwich. But there's really only one thing I wanted out of my trip to Page: to take a selfie at Horseshoe Bend.
Yeah, that's going on the Grim. Now let the likes roll in. Come on. Come on.
Look, this hole in the rock looks like a heart. Oh, there's my lens cap.
Come on.